Hi, welcome to Goldie Show. I have Fayaz Mogal over here. How are you, Fayaz?
Pretty good. How are you?
Pretty good. Could you tell me exactly what country you come from? Let's start from there.
I'm from India,
Which part?
south part of India,
South part of India.
close to Bangalore.
What was your passion about cricket?
Where I come from, cricket is the normal sport, and that's a sport that's played by almost everyone. And the atmosphere that I grew up, and that was the influence on why I chose cricket. And it was an easy game to play with. You didn't need a lot of equipment, a lot of stuff. You can just find an empty spot and then just start playing.
What age did you start playing?
I don't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure as soon as I can hold my bat, I started playing cricket. So,
Now, coming to America and starting this game, how difficult was it to form a team and get it started?
it was very difficult because obviously, we don't have a big Southeast Asian community which plays cricket the most. So, and also we didn't have pitch or proper ground to play cricket in. And then on top of it, we need interest from people to play. So, and everyone has family and kids and everything else. So it was very difficult to find time away from work, time away from family, and then finding a suitable ground to play cricket in. So the way we started was, just getting to know each other, each other's interest, and then start playing slowly. Just few people, 3-4 people started.
Now, when you say you started cricket and playing all this, did you guys have a cricket ground before you started all this, and it was taken away from you?
Yes. When I came to Fort Wayne, the first thing I did is there a cricket in Fort Wayne? And then when I searched Google, pretty much, then I found out there was a pretty good cricket team that used to be pretty good, and they won Midwest Cricket League, which is one of the prestigious cricket leagues in Midwest area. And supposedly there was a cricket pitch at Krieger Park in Fort
really?
Wayne. So I was very excited. But then when I moved to Fort Wayne and then started calling these people, then I came to know that the cricket pitch is gone. It was taken out.
When you formed this team and you got a lot of people involved in forming the team, how did it affect your family life, of course?
Yeah, that's the hardest thing, playing cricket, because, obviously, taking time away from family and kids is the most challenging part. Obviously, you have limited time and a day, and then you're spending it away from the family. So it was very difficult. And on top of it, we generally participate in away tournaments, and we host tournaments, and it's a whole day. And we start around 6 a.m. and then it can go up to 3 a.m. next day.
Oh, wow.
So taking that kind of time away from family is very challenging. So
what is your position in the team? What are you? Are you a captain? Are you?
Yeah, I'm the captain for the team this year.
And how they come about choosing you as a captain, or what goes into?
Well, it has been one thing that has been pretty common in choosing the captain was performance. Whoever is performing, and then whoever has good relationship with the team, and who is being honest in taking decisions, not biased towards anybody.
Okay.
So those are the main things in electing as captain. And in our team, it's kind of a rotating basis. I have been captain. Many other people would have been captains before. So it's just who is playing well at the moment, and who has the I shouldn't say control, but who has the ability to form the team together.
That's
and
good.
lead.
Now, you guys have been playing this for a long time. Does the season in Fort Wayne affect you?
Of course, yeah. It's the hardest part because we have short summer and long winter.
I see.
And we don't have an indoor cricket facility that we can use.
Would you like to have one?
We would love to have one.
There's indoor soccer and other games, so you would love to have one.
Yeah, we would love to have. We would like to play cricket throughout the year. We don't like to start, start, stop, and then start again. But unfortunately, we get short summers, we try to utilize it as much as we can. You know, we play during the weekdays, during the weekends, holidays, you name it. So we just try to take advantage of whatever time we can get.
So how many tournaments do you guys play around the year?
Generally, we host twice
Okay.
a year. Generally, early summer is when we host, and then late summer is when we host second time. And then we go to Indy, Ohio, and then participate in away tournaments. Generally, the most we participated, I think it's 8, something like that. I think
Wow.
3 years ago. But generally, we like to go in at least 4 to 6 outside tournaments, and then 2.
So I see behind you a lot of trophies and a lot of medals and all that. Can you enlighten me with all that?
Yeah, we have been winners, in away tournaments.
Wow.
And we have gone to finals many times. And then these are like 16 to 20 team tournaments that I'm talking about. So there's like winners trophies and runners-up trophies and individual trophies like man of the tournament, man of the matches.
I also see a bat next to you. Could you explain to me what is all that, how it comes about?
This is kind of the regular cricket bat, slightly different from what you see as a baseball bat. This is flat front and then a V,
little V.
Cross section, and this is made of well, there are different bats made of different willows. This is kind of mixed bat. When I say mixed, generally the cricket is played with a leather ball, which is pretty hard.
Oh, wow.
And then you play with a protective gear. But what we do here is we adapt to what we have. So we play on baseball diamonds and we play with hard tennis ball. So there are bats specifically designed for those balls. So this bat you can use it for both leather ball and heavy tennis ball. But we have some bats that are primarily used just for the tennis ball.
Now, with all this passion that you have about cricket, what would you like the society, or let's put it that way, how would you like even the mayor to get involved in helping your cause, like forming a camp, helping you get the grounds, or even money?
Right.
What is your message?
Well, the biggest thing we need right now is a proper cricket ground.
Okay.
As I said, we are using heavy tennis ball because
Okay.
we don't have a proper pitch. So, and obviously we want to play proper cricket. We want to play professional cricket.
Okay.
And so we would like to have a proper cricket ground so that we could play leather ball cricket. And then we want a field, we want a cricket ground, and that is the least support we want, And then the rest of the maintaining the ground, the buying the equipment, everything else, we are ready to be involved. The whole team is involved with that. But the least thing we need is a proper cricket ground.
You prefer to have a proper ground.
Proper cricket ground.
And it's not expensive, is it?
It is not actually. Once we have the field or the ground, then we would need like a concrete slab and then probably a turf to put on top of it, and that's about it. That's the main investment.
Okay.
Apart from the ground, the land. So and rest of the stuff, as I said, if we can get support, that's great. If not, that's fine. We are ready to participate in those expenses.
So you would love the community get involved and help
Right.
you get where your vision is and create. Now, would you like cricket to be? I know soccer was not, not a game in America. It was not that important, and now soccer has become one of the passion for Americans. Would you like to see cricket also becoming kind of a soccer?
Of course, yes. That's I guess everyone's vision. Whoever loves cricket, that's what they like to see. Because as a matter of fact, cricket is the second largest sport in the world after soccer. There's a lot of people who play, and the good thing about cricket is it's a very active sport. So all your body muscles are moving. So it's a very healthy sport. It promotes fitness. It promotes excitement. It's a very challenging sport. So it kind of for youth, it's a very good sport to be involved with, and it's a team sport.
Who is your best player in your team?
In fact, it's a very difficult question, and it all depends on a particular match, particular day. Whoever we have seen, all the players have won man of the matches. The team is very competitive. We have 20 players
wow.
that want to play in the team, but obviously only 8 can get into. So you can see the competition. Everyone must be so good to be in the top 8. So to name of 1 or 2 individuals, it's very difficult because we have seen everyone is wonderful.
It's good. So that's pretty good. And now let me ask you one thing. If you were not playing cricket, what would you be doing? What would be your role?
I would be watching cricket because But when it comes to playing, as I said before, I like to play every outdoor sport that's out there. Soccer, tennis, badminton. But again, cricket is my passion. So if I had to take away my time away from my family, I would rather do it for cricket.
That's a good way of putting it.
Yeah.
So it looks like cricket is in your blood, basically.
Oh, yes, yes.
Okay, yeah. That is fantastic. Thank you so much.
You're
Appreciate
welcome.
it.
My pleasure.
Hi, I'm here with Viru Jatan today. How are you, Viru?
Very good, very good. How are you doing, Goldie?
Not bad. Where are you originally from?
I'm originally from Mumbai.
When exactly you picked up the bat to play the cricket?
Goes back a long way. It's maybe I was 4 or 5 years old.
Wow.
Yes, that's almost second religion to us. The cricket bat and the ball.
And everybody plays in India, doesn't it?
Almost everybody. It's
gender,
no gender, and just everybody loves that game.
But it was a male-dominating game.
That's how it essentially started, but I do think the women folk also take a lot of interest in the game itself, watching as well as participating. And you will notice that most of the cricket-playing nations also have a women's team that plays. It doesn't necessarily get all that glamour and support like it should like it does for the men's team, but there is definitely an active participation from the women's team.
Wow. And I know you have a team that you have playing with. How long have you been playing cricket in the United States?
We banded together here maybe 8 to 9 years ago, just playing cricket just as for fun, getting people together and making sure that we did what we love the most, which is doing certain parts of playing that game, either bowling or batting or wicket keeping or you name it. And it just so happened that from that point onwards, we started to build our network and know more people outside of Fort Wayne, and we started to play with them. And then we found out that there are more tournaments that are going on. So we started to formalize our team.
Oh, wow.
And this was about 7 or 8 years ago when we started to put that together and put together our team called Fort Wayne Warriors.
Now, with the cricket you're playing, I know you said there are, women also playing. How would you support them?
We already have a good example of that. Last time we had our tournament, what we did was we put together a team of women players, and as a sign of providing that particular support and just suggesting to the community that there is no gender bias to this. We want the women team. We want the girls also to play. We asked another neighboring city, which is Warsaw, to put together a team of their own, and we had a showing match for the women's team, which built a lot of curiosity among the community.
Oh, wow.
We had a lot of channels coming in and covering that particular game in the tournament. So there is that enthusiasm building over women's cricket as well, and we want to continue to support that. The third thing we want to do is outside of the men's cricket and the women's cricket is we want to get into involving the kids early on and the youth early on to make sure that they can start to play this sport as well. It's fairly new for the American community, not as much for the Asian community, but we want to make sure that we are spreading our word, we are spreading this new sport over within the community and trying to gel together with them.
Now, with the cricket, I know you want to have, I know baseball has a camp, soccer has a camp. How about cricket? Would you like to form kind of a camp?
And that has already started as well.
It started.
This was started about a year and a half ago when we put a Fort Wayne Youth Cricket Association together.
Okay.
And we are partnering with our Indianapolis Youth Cricket Association as well, and making sure that we are putting all the plan together to get youth into the sport for cricket. At the same time, we started this kids camp a year and a half, and we have knowledgeable coaches for cricket that are coming over and participating in it and helping the kids, first of all, to understand the basics, fairly basics of the game, as well as enjoy the game at the same time.
It's not an expensive game, is it?
It's not an expensive game at all. In fact, we were talking about, with the Fort Wayne Parks and Recreations, we were talking about putting together a pitch that we used to have, and I think for whatever reason, we don't have that anymore, and we are asking them or requesting them to, with the minimal support that you can get, at least a permission for a land or an area for us to be able to start that sport. And at the same time, one of the recommendations we were having is it doesn't necessarily have to be a land or a ground where it is only cricket that's played over there. It can be a multi-sport event and a multi-sport ground as well. So you could have cricket as well as soccer or any other outdoor sports that are going on all at the same field.
Same field, so they don't need to really worry about it.
So it's not that we're just asking to support just for cricket. It can be just one piece of land that we want to make sure that we can build that youth sport, we can build that enthusiasm in the community.
That is fantastic. And, you know, bringing cricket to Fort Wayne, not only Fort Wayne, but bringing cricket as a sport to America, how important is it to you? What is your passion in that?
It's more a dream than anything else. When you have the second largest community playing cricket, you want a community like America also to play this particular sport. The other sports are supported, very well grounded, and they have formidable teams for that. And at the same time, you would see that cricket, I would want to see that cricket is another one of those that is vying that space and making sure that it's not, America is not just playing a certain set of sports, it is also multicultural and multi-diverse to be able to play a game like cricket.
Do you have any message that you would like our audience to know and you want them to understand?
I think at a minimum, when we have our tournaments, and we've had people who, when we are practicing, they would come over and they're asking, what is this that you guys are playing? We want to take that reach even out further when we have tournaments, and we would like to send out, and we will continue to do that, is send the message out to the community to at least start to know the game, start to know how it is similar to baseball, different than baseball, ask us questions, get involved in that. That's at a minimum. The next step would be for the organizations and maybe the Chamber of Commerce and the mayor and the political aspect of it, get involved in terms of supporting, be it in kind, be it in any monetary sponsorship as well. That will just essentially ensure that we can put this into the youth sport. We can make sure that cricket gets more ground, gets more support as well.
Thank you so much. It was a pleasure having you here.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Hi, I'm here with Santosh Subramaniam. How are you, Santosh?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Pretty good. I know you're also a part of the cricket team and you're one of the players, of course. And could you tell me where originally you are from?
I come basically from the southern part of India, a place called Chennai, from Tamil Nadu.
When you started playing cricket here, what was exactly running through your mind to get everybody together to form a team?
So when we started together, we didn't think about forming a team like to go to away tournaments or hosting or anything like that. But we like started to gel together, like play for fun and have more fun like what we have back in India. And then once we had like a lot of players, and then we started like to feel that no, we have some of the best players. So why don't we form a team and then start playing cricket outside, and also why not to host tournaments and play competitive cricket.
How many people are in a team, number-wise? How many people do you have?
The cricket tournament that we play, there'll be 8 players, but then we have like a roster of 10 players. So sometimes we can do substitution.
Like baseball, they have backups
Yes.
in case someone gets hurt.
Yep.
Okay. And how many cities have you guys gone and played in your tournaments?
Most frequently we visit to Indy, and then we also have played tournaments in Dayton, Ohio, and we have been to other places like Muncie and Warsaw,
Oh, wonderful.
and these are the places. Yeah, we have played the away tournaments.
And I know you've got a lot of passion for your game and everything. And could you give me some idea about what exactly goes into that game? Like do you have special gloves that you wear or special ball that you have? Any special things that you have?
The kind of tournaments we play is hard tennis ball tournaments.
Okay.
So the one that they play at the international level, that uses a leather ball.
Okay.
So as you see here, it says a genuine leather, and it's a 5.5 ounce, and it's a hand sewed.
Oh, wow.
So this has a hard cork inside, and then you have the leather pieces which comes together, and then they tie it. As you see, they sew it using the thread, and that's called as a seam.
Oh, wow.
So and that's what gives the leather ball the movement when it is delivered.
It's kind of hard.
It's a little hard.
Oh, wow. And what about the gloves? Do you have special gloves that you guys wear?
These are the gloves that they use at the international level for one-day matches as well as for test tournaments. This is a leather glove. This helps you protect yourself from getting injured on your hand fingers. And this is just a protection only for your fingers.
Okay.
So you do have the arm pad, the thigh pads that helps you protect the other areas, and also the pad that you wear for your knees and legs to get protected from.
Can I see that?
Yep.
Oh, wow. I feel like I'm a wrestler now with all these gloves.
So this kind of ball, when it comes with enough pace on it, it's going to hurt you if you don't wear it.
How far have you gone taking it to a different level of getting people interested in the game?
I have been part of the Fort Wayne Youth Cricket Academy that was started by the Fort Wayne Warriors team. The Warriors team started in 2008, and we have been playing for 6-7 years. The youth cricket, we pulled in the idea, and then it's been going for the past 2 years, right from 2013. So we have been trying to spread the message across to the kids in schools and at the other level, and we have also conducted camps during the winter time so that kids can come and enjoy cricket
Now,
and learn more about the game.
with the cricket, what is the good part about the game and what is the bad part about the game, playing cricket?
The good part about the game, it's a team game, and then you have like 11 players playing together, so you need to play as a team together to win the matches and play more competitive cricket. The bad part would be like if you get hurt, so it's sometimes takes time to get
Recuperated?
come back from injury, especially with the leather balls.
How would you like the society to get involved, and would you like the schools, local schools, getting involved?
We already see that places like Florida and California, there is a lot of support that's going for cricket. Like places like Fort Lauderdale in Florida, they do have cricket pitches where international players, they are coming and playing like 2020 tournaments.
Oh, wow.
Like when I said test matches, one day there is another format of a game. It's called the 2020, where each team plays 20 overs and then the winner is decided. So like places like Florida and California, they have cricket pitches, and there is a lot of support from the mayor and other people. So we expect the same kind of support from the Fort Wayne mayor, which will allow us to have a cricket pitch, and then we can play more leather ball matches.
Now, when you told me about there are so many innings, or how do you put it, like baseball, cricket has how many innings?
So every match there are 2 innings. So one team bowls 8 overs. The kind of tournament we play, it's a 8 overs game every match. So one side bowls 8 overs, and then the other side bats 8 overs, and then once it is done, it swaps.
So how you say who wins is how can you analyze who's the winner and who's the loser?
So it depends on the total number of runs. So let's say the first team scores around like 40-50 runs. The opponent, once they swap, this team has to chase that run in the same number of overs.
Okay.
So depending on how quickly they chase, or if they lose all the wickets, depending on that, the winner is decided.
And when you say wickets, is those little wooden stump kind of a thing that you
The
put in?
wickets, there are two meanings to it. One is the wickets is the number of players. When you get out, you say 1 wicket is down.
Okay.
The other is what you exactly mentioned, the wickets, the stumps.
And how many players have to be out to finish the innings?
So totally every innings, there are totally 8 players. There are 8 players who get a chance to play, and so it all depends on how many runs you chase and how the efficiency of the player. So it can go till the last down, or it can even get completed at the top.
What is your message out to the society out there? What would you like to say?
We see US participating in so many things, soccer, the baseball, and other things. So we would also like to see cricket featuring in US, not just in a couple of places, like a couple of states. We would like to I would like to see there is a national level team that plays more competitive cricket along with other teams that play.
That is fantastic, and I really appreciate your time. I mean, I understood what this glove stands for. I understood the ball, and your passion just makes me feel so, I knew about cricket, of course, but it opened up my eyes much more to visualize what the game is. I really appreciate all your time with me, Mr. Santosh. And anytime, you want me to join your team and a woman team, I promise I'll try and come practice.
Absolutely. You are most welcome.
Oh boy, I will. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for watching, audience. Remember, everyday people are worth more than gold. Khuda Hafiz.